So I chose Rutgers GSE for my master's degree, primarily because I saw that the faculty there were doing research that I wanted to explore. I also wanted to go into student affairs, but I did not want to be boxed into student affairs. And so the social and field program allowed for a myriad of things for me to study. And so because of that, it seemed like the perfect fit for me. In terms of my PhD, I really chose Rutgers GSE because of the faculty. Dr. Catherine Love, when I finished my master's degree, I was in her office, and she said to me, she said, "Have you ever thought about pursuing a PhD?" And that answer was automatically no. As a Black female, me getting my master's, especially as a first generation student, was the accomplishment. And so I felt like I had arrived. And so when she planted that seed, I had not thought about it at all. But it was something that she saw in me that allowed me to see it within myself, to then go further to pursue the PhD here at Rutgers. And so Rutgers by that time already felt like home. And so it was a no-brainer that I would come here to work with Dr. Catherine Lug as well as with Dr. Benjamin Justice. Currently, I work with Dr. Mary Beth Gassman at the Center for Minority Serving Institutions. My research really focuses on faculty diversity as well as leadership within these spaces of higher education. And so currently, I'm working on research projects as well as publications to really push the agenda and to push scholarship in that area. So this way we can figure out how to not only penetrate the pipeline of diverse faculty, but to also keep them there. What inspired design and research the most for me was the fact that I did not see people who looked like me at my undergraduate as well as my graduate level of education. And so as a person of color, as a woman of color, I looked for persons who looked like me. And so it was back when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, and I did not see persons in those spaces. And so that curiosity was sparked at that time. And so fast forward to where I actually was starting to do my PhD research, and I received part of my funding through the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Fund here at Rutgers GSE. And my pastor asked me a question, a simple question. He said, "Do you know who Proctor was?" And the answer to that question was no, but I'm grateful for the money that I'm receiving because I get to pursue my PhD. But that one question really pushed me in direction to figure out who this man was. And so as I started to dig and I started to unpack who Proctor was, it allowed me not only to see what he stood for, but to also see how our research interests actually aligned. Because Proctor was known for producing the most Black EDD graduates in the history of Rutgers from 1965 to 1984. And so given that that's the work that he did in that time frame, and thinking back to this is what sparked my research interest when I was a mere 18, 19 years old, having this experience, it all fit together as if it was purposed and destined to be in place. And for someone who is now venturing out into academia and is someone who is on the journey to be a full-time faculty member, for someone who's trying to push the envelope and who does research on diverse faculty, but at the same time I represent diverse faculty. So knowing the challenges and the struggles that you experience within this space, had it not been for Rutgers GSE, I would not be here. And I make no qualms about it. I know for a fact, had it not been for Rutgers GSE, I would not be here in this space.